Hey guys, and welcome to another Battle of the Books. So I'm super excited to be back and doing another segment that I do on my channel, which is Battle of the Books, where I take two books that are kind of about the same topic, kind of have the same storyline, same premise, and I say, in my opinion, which one did it better, which one won the battle. So for today's Battle of the Books, we are going to be looking at Dark Places by Gillian Flynn and The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Who will win? So we have The Girl on the Train, which follows our main character, Rachel. She goes on this train every single day, and every single day she sees this woman and this man, they're a couple, and she makes up this whole life for them in her head, and it's kind of weird, but she feels like she knows them because she sees them every day and she just longs to like be them, and she thinks they're so happy. And then one day she looks out the window on the train and something crazy happens, and she's like, oh, what's going on? And then this is her story trying to find out what happened to the woman that she looks at all the time. And she kind of puts herself in the investigation and she tries to figure out the mystery. In Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, it follows our main character, Libby Day. Libby Day has gone through a traumatic ordeal when she was a kid. Her whole family was slaughtered in front of her in her house at night while they were sleeping, like just slaughtered. The only person living was her brother, and her brother got convicted for the murders. So now Libby Day is all grown up and she's run out of the money that was given to her as a kid, like in a foundation. People would donate to her because like this murder was huge. It was very, very famous, got a lot of news coverage. But now that money has run out and she doesn't have a way to pay for anything. So she joins up with this kill club who are like obsessed with murders and murderers, and so she joins up with them. They pay her for appearances, they pay her to talk to some of the people in her past, because a lot of people do not think that her brother killed his whole family. And so this is her trying to figure out what really happened that night. Both of these characters are going through their own battles in their heads, basically. In both of these books, it's kind of like a mystery whodunit, trying to figure out, in this book, why is this girl missing that she is obsessed with, that she would look over on the train, like what happened to her. And in this book, trying to figure out who killed her whole family. Was it her brother or was it someone else? So they're alike in that way. They're also a lot alike in that the main characters are kind of unlikable. In The Girl on the Train, you have Rachel, who is an alcoholic, and she just makes so many terrible decisions and choices throughout this book, and she's such an unreliable narrator. She's such an unreliable main character because she's drunk a lot. This main character is kind of unlikable, Libby, because she just, I don't know, for me at least, I got the sense that I'm like, just go out and get a job. Like, just why? Like, at the beginning, I'm like, why would you rather join up with this kill club and have to relive all this trauma than just go out and get in a job? But she has a lot of trauma, and it's not the easiest thing for her. I don't want to give too much away, but for me at least, she was a little bit unlikable. It didn't make the book bad, but yeah. We have two kind of like a little messed up characters, a little bit unlikable. Same kind of premise. Which one wins? For me, I don't know about you, but I have to say Dark Places wins the battle. While The Girl on the Train was really interesting, like the premise was really interesting, and I think it had a lot of promise, it just fell short for me in so many ways. Number one, the main character was so unlikable that it made it really hard to read. Her choices were just like, you were just sitting there like, what? Like, and like the reasoning for her being like a little bit messed up and like an alcoholic, it wasn't, I think she should have just got her life together and not have been so crazy. Whereas like Libby Day, like her whole family was slaughtered. So I'm gonna give her a little bit more grace than I'm gonna give Rachel, because Libby Day's been through some stuff now. But Rachel was just kind of like an alcoholic, and she just drank all the time, and then she wanted to get involved in this murder case so bad, and she was just awful to her roommates, and I just did not enjoy her, and it made it really hard to read. Like, for real, guys, I just did not enjoy this character at all. As far as like the plot and the things that happened in this book, I think Dark Places was much more superior than The Girl on the Train. This book kept me reading, and it was so messed up, and it was like, this is a thriller. Like this, it hit something deep inside of me. Like, it was just like, I was freaked out. I, like, throughout the book, new things would happen. You'd find out more things, and you just felt so many emotions while reading this book. And this book, I kind of was just waiting for it to end. I kept reading because I really wanted to know like what was going to happen. I wanted to know what happened to this girl, but like it got kind of boring for me, because a lot of it goes back to just the unlikable main character. I did not like her at all, so it made the whole book just so hard to read. For the ending, let's talk about the ending of the book, the big reveals. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the ending in this book was so underwhelming. I think this could have gone so many other ways to make it so good, but it fell so short. At the end of the book, I was like, I went through all of that. I went through like, I don't know, 300 some pages for that. Like, I did not think it was worth it. This book, while it wasn't how I would have written it, it's not what I would have done personally. And I did take off a star. It was a 4-star read for me. I took off a star because of the ending, but not because it was bad per se. It just wasn't exactly where I would have gone with it. But this ending was impactful, and it really struck a chord, and it left me like thinking about the book, and like just, man. But this one, I was just kind of like, I'm glad it's over, see you later. But this stuck with me, and it was so messed up, and everything that a psychological thriller suspense book should be. So if you're going out to the bookstore and you see these two books and you only want to buy one, honestly guys, I know this book is super hyped up, and this isn't like a really talked about Gillian Flynn book. Like, most people know Gone Girl, but sometimes don't listen to the hype, because I truly believe this book wins the battle between these two books. So definitely go out and see for yourself. Let me know which book you think wins the battle if you've read both of these books. Alright, until then, happy reading!